All right, welcome back for the episode of Carnivore Trades. Today is Monday, April 29th, 2024. If you're not done so already, please give the video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. Going to be a good week. This week in the trading room, already starting off pretty well here, 2 for 2 to start the week out. In any case, though, let's get into the markets here. So spiders are up 82 cents right now, but overall a really quiet day. I mean, really quiet, very tight range here. And, outside of the first 30 minutes, I mean, we basically, and these little dips here, it's basically like a 10-point range. We did get the QRA announcement today, not the actual makeup, but the estimates. And we're 243 versus 202. Billion expected. So you saw the market kind of freak out just for a second there. Right back to our regularly scheduled programming though. And we're going to close right at 5,100 today. So again, market kind of asleep here. I think some of that was factored in a little bit. You also got the fact that we have the FOMC later this week. We've got Amazon, AMD, Supermicro, McDonald's, Eli Lilly, a bunch of earnings here. And then we have Apple Thursday. We also have the QRA announcement as far as the actual debt that's getting issued. Are we going to issue short end, which adds more liquidity but is inflationary? Or are they going to, is Yellen going to do what I think would be the right thing and issue duration, which would suck liquidity out of the markets? It'd be more political if she did the former, but in any case, that's kind of what the market's going to look at later this week. So I think today, tomorrow, just kind of throwaways here. I didn't expect us to break down here. In fact, we actually bought this dip in the trading room, got a quick scalp out of that. But tomorrow, market's going to be waiting on those earnings, specifically Amazon, AMD, and Supermicro after the bell. Again, we have a few before the bell, but nothing, that market moving. And then, of course, Wednesday, FOMC. There is jobs data. We have JOLTS Wednesday. We have jobless claims as always. We do have some PMIs tomorrow morning, so that could be a little bit. But then we have non-farm payroll this Friday. This is important. The Fed is going to know what that data is. The Fed already knows. Okay, so don't expect us to sell off or something on the FOMC, and then the non-farm payroll all of a sudden comes in colder than expected, and the market rips high. Jerome Powell is already going to know what he's saying in regards to the jobs data when he talks on Wednesday. So just getting that stuff out of the way. For today, again, 5,100 pin. I'm still expecting us to get up to 5,150. That's my next target, and I don't see any reason why that wouldn't happen. I wouldn't rule out a little bit more backing and filling, though. We have not back tested the 50-80 breakout. We got close to it today. We've not back tested it, and we could even get down to 50-60, maybe a 50-50 area. I wouldn't rule it out, but I'm still expecting us to go up here and back test at least this breakdown area. A couple of reasons why that could be the case. Well, just from the simple fact of back testing a level, but I don't think the market's necessarily going to go down, even if Powell is hawkish this week. So I think that it's really, you saw what happened last Thursday. We saw what happened last Wednesday, or I should say last Friday. We had PCE. We had the revisions on Thursday. We gapped down and the dip was bought, right? So we had a stagflation print. Then Friday, it was expected to be a bad print, and it was. And we had a gap and go. So I'm expecting the market to be expecting a hawkish Powell. If he comes out hawkish, it's already baked in. Hedges come off, and that is supportive. That's kind of the theory. That doesn't mean it'll continue, but I do think in the short term, that's kind of what's going to happen here. So I'm expecting still this area to get hit. Long story short. Do I still expect lower highs? Oh, yes, absolutely. So that's kind of long and short of where I'm at right now. But again, tomorrow, we'll see what we get. I'm expecting it to be a little bit more muted. We could pull back a little bit more, like I said, but again, I'm still expecting the market to hold up at least for now here. So we won't make too much out of it today. Q's up 80 cents. Apple, big move today, up 2.5, although it come way off the highs. And then Tesla, Elon, going over to China, working some magic here, and getting the partnership with Baidu. Tesla up 15%, good move there. Basically kissed the 200 handle, and I was really hoping it would just couldn't just give us one more day of a sell on earnings, but I think a lot of people were waiting for that, and now shorts getting squeezed pretty good here. By the way, speaking of China, I haven't talked about it in a while, but I've been with members, we've been in and out of China and in it right now actually. Took some profits last week on FXI, but look at this China chart. I've been talking about this, ever since I heard that early in January, when I heard that Chinese investors were paying up 15 to 20% premium to get their money out of China and into Japan and into the NASDAQ. That was to me, the ultimate buy signal. And since then, that's basically where the low was put in. And look at the inverse head and shoulder triggered on the Hang Seng. Look at this beautiful pattern here on the Shanghai, tightening wedge, pop. So China acting well here, and that was my contrarian play earlier this year, and it's continuing to pay out. Let's look at Baidu here. Yeah, Baidu is up another 5.5% on that news too. So Tesla helping out here though. Triple Qs now getting up into this area. I still think it can go a little bit higher, but there's a lot of supply up here, and in my mind here, this is the way I look at it. This was not accumulation, right? If it was, we wouldn't have done that. I just don't think that this is why the case for lower highs is to be made. I don't think that they spent this long selling just to, have it break back up here. There should be some sort of continuation here. Additionally, looking at the weekly, that's a nasty outside move there. And usually when you get a big outside move like that, and you can see it on this SPX too, it's accompanied by another one. It very rarely is it just a one-off like that. That doesn't mean I'm predicting the end of the world, as you guys know, but I do think we will get some more backing and filling here over the next couple of weeks. So anyways, Qs we talked about, Russell 2000, that hit my kind of target one, I guess, if you can call it. I said we could probably backtest 200 with that happen. So I'll say 202 to 202.50 now. If it really gets going, it could get up to 205. I'll just give it that for now. And we'll leave it there. I do like the pattern kind of on the RTY here this morning. Nice little inside and then a pop there. A little mini bull flag and then a pop. So Russell acting a little bit better here. The Dow also green on the day, but still got to get through that 385 area. So, all right, SMH here. So that rebounded again, only up 25 basis points. So we'll see what that does tomorrow. Again, Super Micro and AMD going to be big for this tomorrow. It does have a little bit of a level here at 220, and it's kind of close to that now. Above that, there's a gap fill at 228. IGV, this is actually weak today despite gapping higher. Look at the gap up and a gap in crap. So cloud a little bit on the weaker side still. I don't like this pattern here, setting up on IGV. In fact, if we look at let's look at an hourly, you can make a case for now, it's a little immature, but you can make a case you have kind of like a bear wedge setting up there on IGV. So be careful with this right now. I don't like that setup. If it does push higher, again, 83, 84 is still the level. If it pushes out of that range. Another one I don't like is the transports, as you know. I just don't like how it's not participating at all in the rally. And it's weak. I don't like the transports at all. Okay. Rates here today. 2 years still just baking in the oven. So that's a bull flag. That is a tight bull flag there on the 2 year, and that is ready to go. It won't go until later this week if it wants to, just because of the Fed and all that stuff. But nice pattern there. 5 year still holding up, but pulling back today, and then 10s and 30s same thing. I think the 2 year is the strongest out of all of them, though. In fact, I'm certain of that. At least for right now. Market's getting a little bit of a pop here into the end of the day. Wow, nice little bid. Oh, we're gonna close at 51.10. Okay, nice. So nice recovery there. XHB here into the 50 and the 20. It's holding up. Okay, if it wants to keep going, you got a gap fill up there. We'll see if it can get there. Just kind of neutral to positive on that right now. Trend is still up. VNQ green today. Not above Friday's high, though, just up 77 cents, still below that 20 moving average. Got to get through that before you can even think about doing anything. Still a lot of resistance up here at 83 and then 82 and then a lot at 83.20. XLF lower. It could be setting up a little bull flag here. So I wouldn't rule that out. So much for the bank failures, massive crash that everybody was predicting over the weekend. It's just, Republic First. I don't even know what the name of the bank is. But in any case, XLF down 8 cents. Remember, it flipped from outperform to underperform last week. So just be aware of that as well. KRE didn't crash today either, but still down 36 cents. I don't love the pattern on the weekly, and then the KBE is okay for now. And broker dealers up again today. This should be a little bit of supply to work through though. Oil was lower today, down $1.11. I don't like oil at all, pattern-wise here, really, to be honest. But I do like. Here's your positive. I do like XLE. This is again. I don't think I've seen this that I can recall off the top of my head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of the last 7 days, we've gapped down and gone green. You don't see that very often. So somebody's buying this here. Somebody's accumulating on these dips, even with oil weak. So that's your positive there, is that you're seeing money flow to the producers. And look at the XOP, the same thing. That's like a 7 out of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days in a row. Gap down and green. I don't think I've ever seen that happen 7 days in a row like that on any asset, let alone a whole ETF. That's a whole sector. So pretty impressive there. And then the OIH, same kind of thing, not quite with but gap down and then higher close. Open or higher close than the open, right? Still closed red on the day, but those hollow candles showing you the low to high. Little inside bar there. Maybe it wants to push up to 335. So these energy stocks are acting well, and even the gas stocks. I talked about this a little bit. Katera working on a small inside pattern. I like the weekly pattern of LNG. I like the break of that downsloping channel, bullish inside bar there. EOG breaking out of that wedge, now consolidating both. So some of these gas plays are acting well too. CCJ still holding up. Nothing's changed on the weekly of any of these, but URNM with a nice bid today of 3.2, and URNJ, if I can type it in right, there we go. Same thing, but still good weekly patterns on those. And then speaking of gas, nat gas, nice pop. It had a little weak showing towards the end of the week last week, and then a big outside move today, taking out the last 2 days of action. So if we can get back above this we're already back above this low pivot. If we can get above this one, that would be a good sign. If we look at the M contract, again, it's just holding that low and getting a nice pop. Your big level here is around 210 to 213. Above that, it can really push up to 230. But right now, still got a lot of work to do, but nice recovery today. DXY pulling back a little bit today, but still an inside day overall. So that's hanging in there. That should be range bound here. There was definitely intervention. I don't think they officially announced it, but come on, dude. Look at this. That wasn't just rinky-dink money right there, pushing that down on dollar yen. That's volatile. I said this in the weekend video too, by the way, yesterday in Jason's video on Wall Street from Main Street. I said this looks like a little kind of mini blow off here, and maybe that was. And it's interesting how this is lining up right around the time we're getting the QRA, and right around the time that we're getting, the FOMC. If Japan has to start issuing treasuries, and Yellen starts issuing treasuries, what do you think is going to happen to yields, right? So it's not coincidence this is happening right now. Market's closing 30 seconds here. Gold flat. I'm still expecting another drop in that. It'll be a dip for buying. Same thing with silver. The miners look really good, though. I like this pattern on GDX and SIL. I think those are acting well. Platinum needed a bid today. It got one up about 4%. And good outside move there. Palladium, same thing. If we can get back above 1,000, could squeeze up a little bit. And then copper here, just making a new high as per usual. Look at this. Big move here. There's the closing bell. Weekly, you're going into a lot, though. This is going into a lot. And it's going into it without any pullback, right? So I don't know how much higher it can go. Maybe 480. Maybe 485, I don't know, but it's getting into resistance. If you own it, trail your stop on this. I'm looking back to when I bought right here, sub $4, sub $4 as a day trade. That would have been, I didn't think we were going to go this high, but C'est la vie, right? All right, Bitcoin here. Still working on that lower high, and I do think it comes down a little bit more, maybe 57.5. That's going to be your next big level if it can't put in a higher low here. Came off the lows today. Again, weekly pattern is still just fine there for Bitcoin for right now. But relatively quiet here in Bitcoin land. Some of the miners, though, I did get a bid, like looking at Riot. I like what that did. I don't cover these that often, but I love this weekly candle. So I love how you had the green bar low, and then you sliced it right here and closed above. Some of the miners are looking a little bit better here. CLSK is still holding up too. Nice weekly pattern there on CLSK. It's messy, but it's bullish. So Bitcoin holding up. Anyway, spiders here. Oh, nice pop into the end of the day. So that was a little bit more than I thought we were gonna get. So good bid there for the markets into the end of the day. Again, just backing and filling until proven otherwise. I don't think we're gonna go. I still think we're gonna go to 51.50 at least, and then we'll see what we get. I think we have a little bit of earnings after the bell today. Nothing major. Yeah, Paramount and Logitech, and yeah, no big deal. The big ones are tomorrow morning. We'll take a look at those, obviously, in the video. But again, I'm giving the market the neutral to upside bias right now, and we'll see what we get more as we get some more earnings out and more of that economic data. So, anyways, guys, gonna wrap it up here. You guys take care. Come find me on CarnivoreTrades.com. Talk to you guys all tomorrow.